Right now, on a sidewalk somewhere in your city, a pigeon is standing on the concrete, and curving straight through its small gray body are the invisible lines of the Earth's magnetic field, a force it can feel and you cannot. You walk around it. You barely see it. To you, it's a sky rat, a dumb gray smudge that eats crumbs off the ground and gets underfoot. I'm Wren, and tonight I want to tell you something it took me a long time to believe. The animal you dismiss as the stupidest bird in the world is walking around with a sense you don't have an organ for. It can feel which way is north, not work it out, not guess, feel it. This is the pigeon. Let me start with the thing that sounds like magic and isn't. Take a pigeon hundreds of miles from its home, put it in a box, in the dark, drive it somewhere it has never been in its life, and let it go, and it will circle once, choose a direction, and fly home. Homing pigeons have done this for thousands of years. We built whole postal systems on the back of it, carried messages across empires with it, and for most of that time, nobody could explain it. The bird has no map, no landmarks it has ever seen, no way of knowing where it was taken or how far. And still, again and again, it goes straight home. Part of the answer is that a pigeon carries a compass. It can sense the Earth's magnetic field, the same quiet field that swings the needle of any compass in your hand, and it reads that field to know which way it's pointing and roughly where on the planet it is. Scientists call this magnetoreception. And here's the honest truth I have to tell you. We still don't fully agree on how the bird does it. There are two leading ideas, and I want to give you both, because the uncertainty is part of what makes this so strange and so beautiful. The first idea is iron, tiny particles of a naturally magnetic mineral called magnetite, historically traced to the skin up around the pigeon's beak, that could physically pull in response to the field a compass needle built out of the bird's own body, telling it where the lines run. The second idea is stranger, and if it turns out to be true, it changes everything. It's a light-driven reaction inside the pigeon's eye, in a protein called cryptochrome that will be sensitive to the angle of the magnetic field. And if that is how it works, then the pigeon does not just feel the field somewhere in its head. It may see it a pattern, a shadow, a faint smear laid over the ordinary world, brightening and shifting as the bird turns to face a new direction. Picture looking up at a plain gray sky and simply seeing which way is north. Now, that is exactly the kind of claim that should make you skeptical. So let me give you the one piece of evidence I trust most. In the 1970s at Cornell, a biologist named Keeton did something simple and clever. He glued small magnets onto homing pigeons enough to scramble any magnetic sense and let them go. On clear, sunny days, the birds wearing magnets still got home just fine. Because a pigeon has a backup instrument, it can also steer by the sun. But on overcast days, when the sun was hidden and that little magnet was the only thing interfering, the birds wearing magnets got lost while birds carrying harmless, non-magnetic weights of the same size flew straight home. Take away the sun, jam the magnetic field, and the pigeon's whole sense of direction falls apart. That is about as close as biology gets to proof that the sense is really there. So the pigeon has a compass. Now let me hand it the rest of its instruments, because the compass is only where this starts. Look at its eyes. You have three kinds of color receptor. The pigeon has more, and at least one of them reaches up into the ultraviolet, a whole band of light that is, to you, simply nothing, simply darkness. On top of that, its eyes are studded with tiny colored oil droplets that sit in front of the receptors like little filters, pulling one shade cleanly apart from the next. So that drab gray street you walk down the wet concrete, the oily sheen on a puddle, the plain gray neck of another pigeon is, to the bird standing in it, lit up in colors you have never seen and could not name if you tried. It is standing in a richer world than you are, and you're the one walking past feeling sorry for it. And then there's its head. A pigeon's eyes sit on the sides of its skull, so it takes in almost the entire world around it at once, very nearly a full circle, with none of the wide blind space behind you that you never think about. But eyes like that come with a cost. Every single step would smear the whole scene into a blur. So watch a pigeon walk, and you'll see that famous head bob. It thrusts its head forward, then holds it dead still in the air while its body strolls to catch up, then thrusts again. For years, people assumed it was about balance. It isn't. It's image stabilization. The bird is pinning its head in one fixed point in space, so the world stays razor sharp in exactly the way a camera operator holds a steadicam perfectly level while they move. Every clumsy little bob is the pigeon taking one more clear photograph of the street, and all the while it is listening to things you will never hear. Pigeons can pick up infrasound sound so low it drops clean below the floor of human hearing. The deep pulse of distant thunderstorms, the boom of ocean surf, wind dragging across faraway mountains. A storm 100 miles away, dead silent to you, may be a low, steady note to a pigeon standing right at your feet. Some scientists think this too feeds the way it navigates, that on top of everything else, the bird can hear the shape of the land itself. So here's where I always end up standing. I can hand you the whole kit. I can tell you this bird holds a magnetic compass, a camera that sees ultraviolet, a pair of nearly all-seeing eyes it steadies with every step, and ears tuned to storms over the horizon. I can name the studies, draw you the physics of it, but there's one thing I cannot do, and neither can you. I cannot tell you what it is like to feel north. To have a direction be a raw sensation the way warm is a sensation, the way loud or bright is a sensation. The philosopher Thomas Nagel pointed straight at this 50 years ago. I can describe every one of the pigeon's senses from the outside, in perfect detail, and never once cross over into what it is like from the inside. I can stand right next to the mind. I don't get to look out of it. But I don't want to leave you with the pigeon. I want to leave you with you, because tomorrow you are going to walk down the street and you are going to step around one of these birds on the sidewalk, and some quiet part of you will think it's oblivious, a dumb gray thing pecking at nothing. But it is standing there carrying a compass tuned to the entire planet, a camera that sees colors you have no word for, and ears that are hearing storms 100 miles away. It is soaked in a world you are completely blind to, right there at your feet. So let me ask you honestly, between the two of you on that sidewalk, which one is really the oblivious one? Tell me in the comments, what animal do you walk past every single day without ever once wondering what it's sensing? And be honest, does the pigeon look a little different to you now? I'm Wren. Thanks for staying quiet with me a while.